Hello YouTube, I am that guy that makes the videos that you don't watch. Today I want to share one of my most recent Minecraft worlds that me and a bunch of my friends made. So we're gonna load it up. We actually have two copies of it because I like to just make sure we have a backup of it just in case something goes wrong. So I'm gonna load it in on peaceful just in case. Don't want anything bad to happen. So this world was created probably at the very beginning of 2019, somewhere around that time. We played it for a couple weeks until everyone just kind of forgot about it, which is typically how uh, these Minecraft worlds work. So this is the very beginning of my world here. This was at one point this is all a hill, and this is just a door that led into the hill. This is my room, Trevor's pad, and I haven't changed it because it's memories here. This is how it started. It all started in here. Obviously, a lot of it's been changed. Just the stuff's been taken out. This is where it all started. And then when I brought my friend Michael into the house, he lived here. He eventually moved out and made his own house, but this is where he used to live. So let's start with the outside of the house. Actually, let's sleep first. We'll start with the outside of the house, show you what it looks like now. Unfortunately, I don't have footage of what it used to look like, although that would be nice. So this is the house. I don't know where I got that flag from. I think I made that, or banner, I mean. And yeah, this is the house I made. Over here, this is the sheep farm, one of every color. Over here is the green wool farm, where a friend needed a bunch of green wool. So I originally just had like 30 sheep in it, and I would just sit in here and shear them every couple minutes. So let's go back inside the house. This is the map room. It's unfinished, as you can see. This is the map we are on. I think, yeah, right about there, probably. That is where my friend JD lives. He built his house really far away, and we'll see the rail system I made later on. This is a bunch of treasure maps. One of my friends really likes to go on treasure hunts, so I gave those to him. This is the original storage room. This is how it looked. Eventually, we got to the point where we needed to make another storage room because of all the food we had. So I made this down here. This is also partly a chicken farm, I guess. Forgot about this. Yep. Schmeat. Potatoes and carrots. Wheat. Other food. And then go back up here. Exit this door and to the left. This is the original sort of working area until we eventually moved it. This is the enchantment room over here. This is where we store all the lapis and other stuff for enchanting. Back door. This leads into the farm area. This is just a fountain. Tower of Pimps. The wheat farm. These are all 9x9 farms. That's carrots. That's potatoes. The sugarcane farm that wraps around our little island. Melon and potatoes. Over into the lake. That's the nether portal. Don't ask me why I put trees on top of it. I just did. Then over... Oh yeah, this marked one of the mob spawners down there, which we'll get to in a second. This was the original farm. We actually used to have a farm that went all around the coast, then moved it out eventually. That's the cocoa bean farm there. Then this is the cow stable. It's a lot of cows in it. I don't remember whose house this is. Boo. Let's see. Okay. That doesn't give me any insight at all. This is somebody's house. Clearly it was unfinished. You know, people are usually on for like only a couple days, and then they kind of just leave, and we make a new world in a couple months. This is the walkway that I made to kind of connect everyone's small island. This is Michael's house. This is what he built when he eventually moved out. Which I kind of like. I haven't been in here in a long time. This is storage room. Yep. And then we go back up here. This leads to his farm. Oops, small farm. Very small. This is not going to grow. Michael, if you're watching this, needs to have a dirt block on one of the sides. Go upstairs. I think this is his bedroom. No, never mind. This is just, I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking with that. This is the last project I worked on, which was a community little tiki hut that I made. If you go up here, yeah, leave unwanted things here. So basically, the idea for this was to, first of all, it's just a nice looking little tiki hut I made, but also, if you had anything you wanted to get back to the community, you'd put it here, like the elytras. I put all the elytras in here, and people would just take them as they pleased, as they so please. This is, I think, JD's house. He was only on here for like a day, and just never came back on. Jared's house, never mind. This was Tristan's little area. Tristan is known in our friend group for being an extraordinary builder. This is his mines, his pathway to his house. He does a lot of intricate buildings, as you can clearly see compared to everybody else's buildings. This one's has a lot more detail in it. And I think this was a castle he was working on right outside his house. Or maybe just a tower. Unfortunately, again, as it so happens, people just stop going on the server, especially with it being on console. Someone has to be on. In this case, it's me. So a lot of times what happens is the host of the server gets busy, and everyone just kind of forgets about the world until a new one is made a couple months later. This was the kelp farm I made. I love using kelp as fuel. This is the conduit to give us breathing forever. But yeah, I made this huge kelp farm to have an infinite source of fuel. Over here we have Hayden's house, which was his little fisherman's hut. Pretty much all he would do is fish. That's literally all he did. Hunts buffalo. Basement, of course, because everyone has a basement. Very empty basement, I guess. Storage. Over in that direction, on one of the other maps, is the end portal. Now we're gonna go. This is Gary's treehouse that he was working on. He was gonna make a bunch of tall trees and connect them all. Then he got lazy and never finished it. Now we're gonna go back to my house to show you the rest. We're gonna show upstairs and downstairs as well. So upstairs, it's messy. This was at some point it was a prep for the End Dragon. All 6 or 7 of us we all gathered things and put them in here and prepped everything. This is also the potion room, as you can see. what's this? Music discs, then the jukebox. Then we, for some reason, had someone make a bunch of iron golems. Then at some point, I made a bunch of snow golems to spite them, and the snow golems eventually got slaughtered. Now, downstairs, the reason I built the house into this cliff, or hill at the time, this is also a garden. This is the original garden. So the reason I built this at the time was because it led into a ravine, and I knew that would lead into a ravine. So this is the ravine, has a nice wooden pathway that, or balcony that's unfinished. But yeah, that's the ravine. If you go over here, this is the mob spawner, zombies, and this is where they fall down into. If you go up here, this is where you spawn them. And this leads back outside. Yeah, that's where they spawn. But now we're gonna go into Gary and one of his friends had a project they were working on after they got lazy with the jungle building. They came down here and then made a mine, a huge mine that they dug out. I don't have a minecart on me, so this is gonna be a walk. Try to go as fast as I can. So as I already mentioned, a lot of the servers we have, because they're all on console, they only exist for a short period of time. Exit mine, okay. They'll exist for a short period of time until people sort of forget about them and move on to do other things. Some of them have been corrupted, so I can't even go back to some of them. Other ones just been deleted. Some of them have been on the PS3 that I might go back to and see if I still have anything there. This is, oh geez, I should have got a minecart here. I don't have it. I don't know if you can hear me spamming the button. Is autosave on? No, okay, good. I'm gonna exit without saving once we get to the mines, so I can get back to the surface faster. I always kept autosave off because I knew things might happen, and of course things did happen one day where a little fight got in between everyone. But here's the mines. This area is huge. I ended up using a bunch of the redstone to mess up the area. There was also a maze of chests at some point in this area that I built just to mess with them. This is the mine they were working on. It's absolutely huge. This is all done in like a single night. Man, oh man. Too lazy to build a treehouse, not too lazy to mine. What's over here? Yeah, unfinished. So we're gonna go back to the surface real quickly. Ah, shit, I did it easy, whatever. We always kept it survival, just so that there was no unfair advantage. Unless it's me, of course, which I'll show you in a second. The unfair advantage I have. Let me just sleep. And I'll go over the host. As the host of this world, I had a duplication room down here. So obviously you see this painting and you think, oh, there's something down here. And there was. So you go over here. Don't go down there. Bunch of redstone torches. And it says bamboozled bitch, but there is stuff back here. If I remember how to do it properly. I don't. You can probably see the thing behind the chest. There we go. There's a boat here. It's a little glitch you can do. There's a boat here that you can get into behind, because it's slabs and stairs. You can kind of just keep spamming L2 until you get into it. This is the duplication room I had, where I would dupe everything in private, and no one would be able to find it, because it is something people don't know about. So as you can see, I'm inside the boat, and then you get out of it, and that's it. And now for the last part of the tour, we're going to go to JD's house, which was built so many blocks away, and I hate him for it. Actually, hold on. Taylor Swift, my favorite bird of all. I don't know what happened to the other one. I think the other one died. We had a different bird as well. I don't know whose house that is. So JD made his house wicked far away, and I decided that the only way to see him would be to make a minecart system and visit him that way. So we're gonna go on the minecart system. It takes, I believe, almost 3 minutes in total. This is rather annoying. Okay. We're gonna run back into the minecart. There we go. Okay. This is why I wanted to finish the rails but never got around to it. But eventually, when we pick up a speed boost, here we go. Speed boost. Okay. So early on when we started, he decided he wanted to go away and to just have his own little place undisturbed from everyone else. I wanted to build a community area, but he thought otherwise. So one night, this took several hours. Even just duplicating all these rails and placing them down took several hours, let alone if I had done this in a legit way. But I kind of still hate him for this. This is a waste of my time doing this, but it was fun. Here's one of the two of the sunken areas. There's another one around here somewhere. And we're almost approaching it now. But it is quite the distance, as you can see. I mean, how far we've traveled already. I believe what you'll see coming up is a short, tiny wall, and that was to indicate borders of the map. Yeah, there it was, lined with torches, you can see. That was to indicate borders of the map. At some point I was planning to have checkpoints at every border to signify where you were, and be a little map room, etc. But obviously I never got around to that. And the reason why he wanted all the green wool is he had a plan to make a green Mario pipe. And you'll see what I mean when we get to his house. But he wanted to make a giant Mario pipe, so he had me get him a bunch of wool. And because at the time we were online with other people, I wanted to do it legitly, because to do duplication you need to be by yourself, or you just need to be kicking people out constantly. So here's his little area. That's where he lives, all the way up there. This was his giant farm. As you can see, the pillars in the distance are different mob spawners. This is where he had his stables that I never finished. So one of the entrances, I don't have food. Use rotten flesh. One of the entrances was up top. Or, sorry, the whole thing is up top, but one of the entrances was this giant waterfall he made, which I thought was pretty cool. But he has another entrance, which was the Mario Kart he was working on, as you can see right there. That's what he was working on. It's clearly unfinished. But this was his base of operations. Unfortunately, yeah, it's never got around to it. There's Shoker shells in here. Nice. Minor chest. This is a bunch of duplicated stuff. Like the Heart of the Season and all the shells, the conduit. The Elytras I duped a lot. But also because everyone needed or wanted Elytra. Under here, this river flows into the mountain. If it's finished, up, down. Wait. Okay. Oh, I guess it is finished. Okay. So this was, he has another portal in there. This was a area. I don't think it's finished. I think he had more plans to do something with this. But he oftentimes used extravagant areas as part of his base, and this was Nether portal. As you can see, a bunch of Nether looks to it. I think it actually all leads to the same place, so we'll be able to show the Nether. Yeah. Where am I? Oh no, this is a different place. Never mind. But wait, oh wait, going back to it leads back to my base, because the Nether portals on the console were messed up. Never mind. I guess they fixed it for this update. This was pre-114, so before they added the Village and Pillage update. The Nether was messed up for a little bit, where you couldn't really have Nether portals that led to different areas, because a lot of the times what would happen is they would glitch out and they would all lead back to the same area, which was the first Nether portal created. And I guess we'll end the tour off at that Nether portal, which is behind my house. Also, I used these light blue banners to signify my territory. At the point that I started using them, the world was abandoned and nobody would be on it, which is typically what happens, especially since not everyone has PC Minecraft. You can't make a server that everyone can be on at whatever time they want. Oh, that's a stone sword. That's dropped from one of the withers. Remember, I spent a good few hours in the Nether here trying to gather wither skull. Yeah, this is it. This is usually how I signify the Nether portal. Just a giant cobblestone box, and then I'll put cobblestone down to signify where I am and how close I am to the Nether portal, just so I don't get lost, especially in, see, now you know that it's that way. It's really dark in here. But yeah, that is the tour. Obviously this world is now pretty much abandoned. Nobody's going to be on it anymore, just because we already spent a few weeks on it, and obviously continuing a world is just too much for people. So we end up just making new ones over and over again, having the memories there. But it's nice to go back and revisit these worlds. And especially now that I have the ability to record it, or now that I realize I had the ability to record them, just so I never forget the worlds that we had and the time we spent in these worlds. So yep, that's the world, and I will be gone now.